Welcome back to the series. Sean here. We are reviewing all the skate parts I had throughout my skate career. I'm sure I will skate again in the future. I doubt I will make a full-length feature part or be involved in a skate video project, but for a lot of decades, that was my whole entire life. That was the main thing I was trying to create in this world, was get better at skating and make cool skate videos. I spent a lot of my life focused on that. So we're just going to relive it at this time. We're going to step through. If you caught the first video, we went all the way back to 1997, and that would have been 9th grade of high school. Just a kid coming into adolescence. Now in this time, we're stepping forward 2 years to 1999, right up to the edge of 2000. And I was still in Visalia. I went to high school in Visalia, 9th, 10th, 11th. So like end of 96 or something until 2000. So about 4 years I was there. And before we jump into this, let's just give some context of that time. This was like the stereotype Gen X. If you think of the first time you ever heard that term, Gen X, and what it was usually associated with, like X Games and skateboarding and extreme and snowboarding and eventually like the CKY kind of videos, like just being a punk ass kid and causing trouble and vandalism and whatever, tagging and baggy clothes, like you name it about Gen X. This is the most stereotype Gen X that I ever could be, and it makes sense. So now by this part, I'm 17. I'm rolling with the same friends. So by the time of this part, I'd been skateboarding for more than a little over 3 years continuously. Like I mentioned in the last one that there was almost not a day where I wasn't practicing skating and going out and working on tricks, like every single day. So this is about 3 years into that. You can see my abilities progressed a lot. I was rolling with the same friends, but now we were like 17. We were like driving cars. My best friend Scott, who filmed again most of all these clips nearly, and all the clips in the last one, he had a 5.0 Mustang now because his dad had an auto shop and they were able to get that, and we just had so much fun. And what's also new on this one, in the last one I was straight up a child, like straight up a child that just skateboarding was my favorite toy, and that's what I was doing. Now by this one, you know, I'm heading into age 18 and above. Not really a child anymore, really a young adult. Came up with this title because we were out in the streets just causing all kinds of low-level misdemeanor trouble, just whatever, tagging and driving fast and doing burnouts and going to house parties and skating and filming fights, and like we were just out there in the street. And I was just trying to come up with some sarcastic title. I was trying to be like controversial. I think I did it in Photoshop, and I'm like literally like filming my monitor for the intro title because I had no way to make computerized titles yet. So we'll watch this. We won't react to the whole entire thing because it's just too long. It's not going to be interesting enough, but I'll react to some of the key parts here. We're just doing dumbass kid stuff, like risking our lives, jumping off of roofs into pools. Had this kid strapped to the Mustang roof, just holding on with his arms, going like 60 miles per hour. This is Tim Garner. He was kind of a regional, popular. He became a pretty well-known skater there in the region. This is Daewon's song. I was wearing his pro model shoes at the time I met him there. I was literally wearing Daewon's and standing on the deck there, skating that half pipe with him, and pointed out the shoes. Then I took like a winter break up to Eugene. I had friends in Oregon, and this is that year. This is Ryan Casado, and he would probably be pissed even just me sharing this video today, but I love you, Ryan. You're a huge inspiration, dude. You're fucking shredder since the beginning. And what I want to say about this Eugene footage is these two guys. This is Josh Thiebaud doing a kickflip back tail that you can't even see, and Ryan Casado doing a heel flip front board. And I just want to say, you guys, the Eugene skate scene at this time, 1999, was way ahead of the talent level and the passion of like what was going on in Visalia, California. And so like here's this frontside flip. Like I came back from that winter break that time, so fired up to like push it harder. When I saw Silas, Baxter Neal, Ryan Casado, Josh Thiebaud. I saw what all these people were doing up there, and it was so far ahead. They don't even know, like, they're skating in Eugene. Those guys I mentioned, those three guys, like, they actually really inspired the Visalia scene in that way to make videos and push it. And so in Visalia, I don't know about to this day, but in the 90s, it was a very, very heavy car culture. They have signs on the road that literally say no cruising. And the thing to do back then is just like get a car, usually American classic cars, Chevelles, Corvettes, whatever, this kind of thing, Chevy Nova, these kind of cars, Mustangs. That, in my memory of high school, that was like the most popular cars. And there's such a strong car culture. There was always car shows. The Mexicans had a whole like lowrider culture. You'd see like really souped up lowriders and people bouncing on their shocks, and American muscle cars, drag racing and burnouts and stuff. So a lot of this dumb footage is just that. It's like on the weekend we just like try to go to house parties and just drive insane and do burnouts everywhere. And it's a pretty big gap right here. It's hard to hit this thing. There's like really big cracks in the sidewalk behind this church, and you have to like go around this sharp corner. You have to like carve into the ollie, and that was the biggest thing I ever ollied at that time. It's pretty big. It's probably bigger actually than the shot looks. I'm not gonna have the sound on here because it's gonna be copyright violations and stuff. But other thing I discovered at this time. But yeah, it's just a bunch of angry metal, just angry and contrarian at society. And I'm just wearing some girl's shirt from a thrift store, and this school project that we did here. And RIP Jared Wilcutt, man. Like in that first video, it was pretty much I just had Scott was my best friend, but after a few years of high school, by my junior year here, like I now had like a clique of friends, and the number one, number two guys, it was Scott and Jared for a lot of years after that. And we have lost Jared. He didn't make it. So he passed away at like age 26. He was such a cool guy. I like to this day, this footage makes me laugh. He was just so funny. Jared, man, he guaranteed would make you laugh within the first day of meeting this guy. He always kept a positive attitude, and just the vibe would just get elevated so much more fun when he was around. He was smart. He knew how to make jokes out of any situation, but at the same time he was he was really raised right. He had good morals and respect, and just like such a sweet dude. And the last time I ever saw him was around the end of 2003 in Portland, Oregon. That stuff never just goes away. You never like solve it or anything, but you just reach some kind of acceptance. Like reality is harsh, man. Like things happen, and this is dedicated to Jared. This whole God Save Us video. Like my favorite video of these times was Andrew Reynolds' The End Birdhouse that had just dropped. So I got these frontside flips, the Redwood 7 and the 6 there in the same day, and that was like a big achievement for me. Watching, just breaking down Reynolds' frontside flip like 1,000 million times and wanting to do something like that. So you can see me like frontside flipping everything during this time. Off the loading dock, off the stairs, into the quarter pipe, just frontside flips all the time. So even though we're out here jumping off of people's windowsills and getting into mischief and tagging and burning out, like I do have to say to this day, like they were victimless crimes. Like we were never out to pick fights or like severely damage anybody's like personal property. We had common sense. We would only tag places where it was like an improvement to what was there, like some abandoned underpass somewhere, and there'd be a blank canvas of cement, and nobody's even seeing it anyways, unless you're coming through as a tagger. So we had some sense. And another thing I want to say about the troublemaking stuff is this was not just us like acting out kids. Like in this time, if you were here, if you were in whatever, a Central California middle-sized city like this, and you were like a Gen X stereotype kid, this was not just us. This was like the definition of cool was how wild of a kid you can be, how much you can act out, how much trouble you can cause, how contrarian you can be and get away with it. And so this was not just us. This was like the cultural norm of the time. I just want to reiterate that we're really dumb kids in this. We're like 17 years old, so don't hold any of this mischief against me present day. They were victimless crimes. We were just trying to skate. We never fucked with anyone for real. Sucks. Look at this mayhem. Just like somebody's board cracked and they gave permission to break it, and we're just out on some weekend at an empty high school just fucking destroying shit. This is like, this shot right here is just like captures these years, how I grew up. Kickflip on the broken board. That's me. Got the skater six-pack skinny boy abs, even at 17. Doing burnouts. You're not going to hear the audio, but doing big-ass donuts and stuff. On the 97 one, I was ollieing the corner. Now I can blast over the top with the melon grab. And this is some demo. I can't remember who that was, but this is Lance Mountain right here. And his mom lived in my same apartment complex in Visalia. And yeah, I saw him in the crowd there, talked to Lance Mountain, and some contest here. So the Visalia Park had only been open for like a year. It was like brand new at this time. Just some contest footage. Ollie almost got hit by a truck here in the freeway. Not really, but I could have fallen down that embankment if I wasn't careful. Little fly out, 12 decks. That was me. Fresno, California, what a shitty place. Old 9-stair melon grab. Love my melon grabs. The audio might not come through there, but we were in Scott's car. We had a car crash. I think it was like the last day of school, junior year, and we were just like so hyped, and then it was like flash flooding. It was flash flooding this random rainy day, and it was like the last day of school. We were just like too turned up. It was a block from school. We just left school like, fuck yeah! Just going so fast probably, and just being kids. Rear-ended someone. Again, it's that life experience. It's just that classic life experience stuff. Rocking the open button-up from a thrift store and the baggy-ass, huge Josh Casper jeans. And ollieing a wall. I got a studded belt on. Whereas in the last part, I was just trying to do tricks. Like now in these years, you can see like steez is really important. I'm like really trying to come with some style. This is the main freeway that goes through the middle of Visalia. And it was not even built yet, or they were rebuilding it or something. So yeah, we got some shots skating down it. And that's kind of cool because you can probably never get that shot again. The homie Jared, falling on a rough road. Scott, me, backside 180, ankle twist. Got it. That's it. Visalia Everyday Skaters. That was life in the 90s. Just a little slice of it. Raging, being crazy, acting out, going too hard, being unparented, just running wild in the streets. But it was all about skateboarding for me, at least. always the center of what I was doing, and I really was always trying to get better and push that skill. There's a lot more of these videos in the series to come. I promise it's going to get a little fun and exciting here, because this is just the kid stuff. We're going to get into the serious skating here coming up. There's a bunch more parts to review. So this is just the second one. Go back and watch the first one, my very first child part, and we'll continue it from here. Let me just show on YouTube here is that this got 7,000 views on YouTube, which is pretty good for not even having a channel, never like promoting, never making clickbait thumbnails or anything. If anyone looked that up, I super appreciate you for watching that. 54 comments. A lot of these people came out of the woodwork. Comment section here. Random people in high school that I knew. You know, Joey Sandoval. Shout out to Joey Sandoval. He was an awesome skater down there, and he was always so supportive of my video projects. And I was like, I had even a website back then, and he always let me know he thought it was cool and liked what I was doing, and he was awesome. Joey was awesome. So, and Nikki, I remember this girl, Nikki, she said she's so glad that she found it. And so it's just really touching, because I've done so many YouTube videos since YouTube started, and mostly have gotten like 0 engagement for the most part for like 18 years. And just getting 7,000 views and 50 comments and having old people say that they loved watching this, really, I really appreciate it. And it makes me feel like it validates like what I was doing, making these videos back in the 90s, and that anybody appreciated it. So thanks for that. Smash the sub, smash the like. Come back. We're going to watch some more skate parts, but I won't overwhelm you with that stuff. But every once in a while, we'll be dropping these. So that's it. Have a good day.